Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Fraser McKenzie here, and welcome to the start of tonight's Extreme Racing League coverage. We are live from the Shanghai International Circuit in China. Rest assured, folks, none of our races are out in China because of the whole coronavirus thing. But nevertheless, we're here for the Chinese Grand Prix, and joining me in the commentary box, as always, is my commentary partner in crime, Mr. Matt Anderson. Matt, welcome along this evening. Yeah, so here we go. Do you think we'll have a repeat of what happened last week? Well, despite bringing the worst out of the drivers, it was definitely an action-packed race from start to finish. And the championship standings definitely reflect that. Arthur Bowler with his first win of the season. Congratulations to him on that. But it's Anthony Waddington, our defending champion, at the top of the standings with 33 points. Cesar Lopez with his second place in Bahrain last time out puts him third in the championship. How's about that? And the Constructors' Championship, well, it pretty much speaks for itself. Mercedes, as you would expect, at the top with 52 points. Then it's Red Bull Racing with 43 points. Matt, make sure you unmute. You might make sure you include your audio.
There you go, that should be better.
Right, excellent. So, as I was saying, Constructors' Championship. It's looking like a two-horse race at the moment, but it's still early days in the season. Mercedes with 52 points, and Red Bull with 43. So we're with Callum. I'm with Callum MacArthur right now. We've got a full grid this evening, so we're going to be in for a lot of fun this evening. Slight lock-up there in turn 2.
No race bans, no quali bans this week. Everyone going full out for pole.
Yeah, and we've actually got a substitute in this evening. It's John Aldrich substituting in for Mercedes this evening, substituting in for Craig Poulton.
Is he? Does he race in X3 normally?
Well, according to the standings, Craig Poulton's actually in the X1 standings, but with John Aldrich, I believe this is his debut this evening, so he'll definitely be looking to make a good first impression, because there's often a scene in showbiz you only get one shot to make a good first impression. But here's hoping John Aldrich can make a statement on his debut.
Oh, very deep on the
slight lock-up.
Yeah, very
Another
deep
slight
on
lock-up there from MacArthur. Coming around the final corner now. One of two DRS zones down that long back straight, and then down the main straight itself. Callum MacArthur across the line, first lap of the day, 1:33.7, and Aldrich 35.9, might have gone off somewhere. Anthony Bauer 32.1. And here's the man of the hour, defending champion and championship leader Anthony Waddington. He invalidated the lap, and he's not going to be able to. Yeah, he invalidated the lap, and he's going to need to go around again, because it's invalidated his following lap at the same time.
It's not a strong start to qualify.
It's very uncharacteristic of him to make a mistake like that. Owen Lewis, runner-up in last year's championship, meanwhile, 32.6 puts him 4th. JBL 32.3. And Dean Barry.
Oh, strong lap. Very strong lap.
31.8. Out with a point to prove. And Arthur Bowler 32.1. 3/10 down on Barry. Tom McGregor comes across the line, 33.3. Here's Hanil Patel in the Williams. Across the line, 31.7.
Oh, good lap.
That's a juicy lap. I like what, because I'm just looking at some of the camera shots of him just going past. I really like what he's done with his helmet.
Let me see if I can see. It's Patel.
Yeah, XRL Cyclone.
That's a pretty good looking helmet. I agree.
Yeah. But here's JBL. This is actually his home race, interestingly enough, and unsurprisingly, he's gone for the predominantly red and yellow helmet for the colours of the flag.
Yeah, I know he's been looking forward to this one. He had obviously a very tough end to his race last week. He'd be looking to redeem himself.
Yeah, ended up running out of fuel on the last lap and ended up out of the points as a result. He's not had the best start to the season so far. He did get 7th in Australia, but those are the only points that he's scored this season so far.
He had great race pace in Bahrain. He started at the back of the grid, come through, and then obviously it's such a great shame of what happened at the end there. But he has shown some pace, so if he can keep his qualifying together, keep the first corner clean, he might be in with a chance.
Yeah, like I say, especially with this home race, but I would imagine he'll probably just treat it like any other race.
Yeah, I imagine so.
But
Round 4 going for neutral on that corner.
Yeah, I'm with Pushkar in the Alfa Romeo. He's that's his first lap of the day.
Really struggling with
Jorge
that car.
Simone. Yeah, Jorge Simone in the Toro Rosso. He's on an out lap at the moment. And Pete Polini, his teammate, on an out lap as well. Jorge just starting his flying lap. Pushkar coming round the final corner now, out of ERS. Very smooth through there, DRS wide open. What's his time going to be? 33.3, puts him 12th. Round 4 he got a 33.4. A few hundredths slower than Pushkar. Yellow flag in sector 2, that would have been just for Polini just getting out of the way of Jorge. Philip Nilsson and Michael Booker on outlaps as well.
Yeah, trying to come out and take advantage of the quiet track, middle part of this session.
Purple sector for Jorge, so he could be on for a fast one here.
Very smooth for that corner.
Indeed. And down this long back straight, one of the longest straights on the calendar. Alongside where we head to next week for Baku, but I'm not going to be on commentary or racing next week because I'm going to be away for the weekend, but rest assured I'll be watching from the grandstands. Perks of being a commentator, free tickets to the races, and Jorge 32.2 puts him 5th. That's a great lap time, only half a second down. Only a half a second down on Patel. Meanwhile, Michael Booker, he just got a purple sector 1, so that could be a fun.
The track is evolving here.
Indeed. Slowest 5 cars we lose in this part of qualifying, and the debutant John Aldrich currently in the danger. Philip Nilsson yet to set a lap. Booker yet to set a lap, as with Waddington and Booker's teammate Hazelwood. Not quite a purple sector 2 on that case. Not quite a purple sector 2 for Booker, but you got a purple sector 1, so you'd think he'd be on for a good lap here.
Doesn't look too bad for his sectors.
Yeah, that long right-hander there. It's very difficult corner to get right. Speaking from experience, and granted, I was in a Formula 2 car last night, but it is very easy to run wide on a long sweeping corner like that. Nevertheless, Michael Booker
So he's done.
round the last corner. DRS wide open. 33.4 puts him
Just
just
about.
out of danger.
Feel like he
Not
might
by
need a little
much,
more
though.
though.
Yeah, he's got time to come round, put a fresh set of tyres on and have another crack. And Aldrich, as I say that, is on an outlap as well. Purple sector 2 for Philip Nilsson. Waddington on an outlap as well. Hazelwood still in the pits. He's on the final corner, across the line. What's his time going to be? 31.8. Beautiful. Just under a tenth shy of Patel. Great lap time there. Oh, and that's one of the alphas. It was Pushkar. Well, that's interesting. Oh, hello. Looks like in the world of Formula One, Mercedes giving us a tease as to what their livery is going to be like for this season.
Is it silver?
Silver, green, and looks like there's going to be some red involved in there.
Interesting.
Aldrich definitely not. Definitely struggling at the moment. He spun at the final corner.
Waddington only goes P13.
Waddington only 13th with a 32.9. And it looks like there's a bit of concern regarding the tease from Mercedes. The concern that red being part of the livery there. And it's Sam Congreve. Big shout out to Sam for giving us the tease of the livery from Mercedes. Because Mercedes sharing the tease in a small video on Instagram. Congreve skeptical about the addition of red to the signature Mercedes livery. We'll see what happens when the cars get revealed before winter testing gets underway.
Not long now.
Because over the course of absolutely, because over the course of the next week or two, the cars are going to be unveiled, and we'll see what the liveries are going to be like for this season. Here's hoping Red Bull don't do a repeat of what they've done the last couple of years, where they reveal the launch livery and then it's not the livery they use for the rest of the season. I mean, last year's launch livery for Red Bull, it looked amazing. I would have happily taken that over the course of the season. Ben Hazelwood with a 33.5. So it's Tom McGregor, Ryan Forey, Michael Booker, and John Aldrich in danger of being eliminated. There's only about 2.5 minutes left to go. There's only 5 weeks, and I've seen the countdown clock is upon us, folks. 5 weeks to go until lights out for the first race of the 2020 Formula One season. And will we be talking about the races on these streams? Absolutely.
Yeah, I can't wait. It seems like a long time since the last F1 race.
Yeah, considering it was end of November, beginning of December, the race was. It'll be interesting to see this transitional year leading into the big regulation changes for 2021. I'm very interested to see how they. Why is Ben Hazelwood going so slowly?
I think he's run out of fuel.
No, he was letting one of the Toro Rossos through so that he can start a flying lap. I mean, that's clever on the part of Hazelwood to try and get a tow from the Toro Rosso to get a better lap time. But this isn't the sort of track you'd want to be getting a tow from the car ahead of you, because
not through sector 2, certainly not.
Yeah, but down the back straight in the main straight, absolutely. But apart from that, I mean, the tracks you definitely want to be getting a tow from the car in front are tracks like Bahrain, where there's a lot of straights, Monza as well. That's very crucial for downforce and top speed. And he's half a second up. He's half a second up. It'll put him into safety. Round 4, he's not coming out for another lap, so he's out. John Aldrich, he's on an out lap as well. There's 15 seconds to go. I don't think John's gonna make it. I don't think John's gonna make it for a flying lap.
And this might be his flying lap now. I know he's on an out lap, but yeah, my apologies. I saw him as a ERS on full bore. I thought it was
yeah, he's
flying up. He's not made it.
Yeah, he's out.
Because 3 temps up. Let's see if he can find some more on this last sector. It's not going to be enough. He needs to find about 5.
And that would mean Waddington, defending champion, will be out of qualifying 1.
Don't think he's going to find it.
32.9 to beat. Booker does improve, but Waddington's safe for now. So it's Pushkart,
some good drivers struggling here, though.
Pushkart, Booker, Forey, Hazelwood, and Aldrich. That's your bottom 5 for qualifying. Waddington just making it through by just over a tenth.
China's one of those tracks where even if you're a skilled driver, some skilled drivers still struggle with it. We saw some of that in TOTD last night.
It'll be very interesting to see what the Renault boys can do, because the only points they've managed to get this season so far were the fastest lap outside the top 10, which was courtesy of Michael Booker in Australia, finishing 14th.
I'm definitely predicting a few safety cars. A lot of incidents, anything can happen in this race. And being towards the back of the grid can sometimes be a bit of a blessing on this first corner around China. It helps you avoid all of the carnage.
Yeah, it can be very advantageous if you play your cards right.
They're also going to have a decent choice of strategy. They could perhaps start on the hards, go along in that first stint, and then would probably be able to gain a great deal of track position for a safety car.
And then they can end up going onto the softs towards the end of the race.
It's not really on the 50% distance. It's not really it's not a track that you want to really be using the softs on. The softs have very, very, very minimal wear around here. I would expect all of the top drivers to be going onto the mediums in Q2 here, because starting on the softs, you're going to be pitting on about lap 4. They really do not last whatsoever.
Yes, so let's just recap the order for qualifying 1 so far. Patel, Nilsson, Barry, Pellini, Bowler, Bauer, Simone, Lopez, Delport, JBL, Mare, Lewis, MacArthur, McGregor and Waddington. And then you've got Pushkar, Booker, Forey, Hazelwood and Aldrich out of qualifying. And while you're on the subject of strategy, this is definitely where strategy is going to come into play. So they're definitely recommending going for the mediums to start the race.
Absolutely. Obviously, the temptation is very hard to sit there on the mediums while you drop down the order and you have to decide whether to go out on the softs. But really, if you make that decision, if you qualify on the softs in the top 10, you've immediately started the race at quite a disadvantage.
And it looks like a lot of drivers are definitely taking that advice on board. A lot of them going on to mediums for this part of qualifying. Again, slowest 5 cars get eliminated from this part of qualifying, and tyres you start your fastest lap on, tyres you do your fastest lap on will be the tyres you start the race on if you make it into the top 10 shootout. I just reiterate that every week just for the benefit of any newcomers to the league. Welcome if you are one of the newcomers. Anthony Bauer first out on track. Patel, Barry, MacArthur, Delport. MacArthur, interestingly, going for the softs, as with Patel. Interesting. Willem Mare going for the softs as well. Everybody else going for mediums for now. So that's an interesting call to see what happens. Not very often we see somebody do that in qualifying, that they're doing a formation lap style lap to warm the tyres up. Not very often we see that, but it's right on board with Anthony Bauer for this lap. Down the main straight, DRS wide open, accelerating towards 200 miles an hour, and then slowing for this long right-hander of turn 1.
He actually got a really poor exit out onto that start-finish straight, so he's already going to be down on his time before he's even started.
Yeah, that is definitely a valid concern. And then we go through the fast S's.
Very smooth through sector 2.
It's purple as well, so that's a good start as well.
Struggling a bit for traction there.
DRS down the back straight now. Down the final corner now. DRS wide open, across the line. 32.6. Arthur Bowler, interestingly, the only driver that's elected to stay in the pits for now. Yellow flags in sectors 1 and 2.
A lot of traffic.
That is definitely a lot of traffic. And as I say, that Bowler is out on track. Philip Nilsson, interestingly, deciding to go for the hard tyres. Very interesting call from Philip to go for the hard tyres. If he does end up making it to the top 10 shootout on these tyres, it'd be an absolute masterstroke if he was able to.
Imagine it's going to be quite a struggle. This is quite a competitive field. We've got a few people on the softs already.
And believe it or not, how's about that? Purple sector 1 for Philip Nilsson. This could prove to be an inspired decision. It pays off.
I think he's backed out of it.
No, he hasn't. He just turned the ERS down for that hairpin. And across the line, 33.1. He's only half a second. He's only half a second slower than Anthony Bauer. So in his eyes, I think that's a very good lap.
A good lap on the hards.
So I just managed to catch another glimpse of JBL's helmet, and it's predominantly red with splashes of yellow and gold here and there across the helmet. I think that's probably his homecoming design. A lot of drivers on out laps or in laps. JBL on a flying lap right now. He's in danger of being eliminated. A purple sector 2, so that's a good middle of the lap for him. Can he convert that into a good stuff, a good qualifying position. We're on the final corner now. What's his time going to be? He goes 33.0. He'll be very happy with that.
Sal's just gone purple sector 2.
Yeah, he's almost 4/10 up.
Oh wow. 32.5.
32.5 on mediums. Nilsson's in danger of being eliminated though. And Tom McGregor's yet to set a lap time. But Nilsson's still in the pits, which could be quite concerning if he ends up eliminated.
I'd imagine we'll see him come out right at the end there and put a lap down on those mediums. I have a feeling that the hard run wasn't the only plan he had for Q2.
There he goes. Yeah, right on the bubble as we say that. Tom McGregor goes 8th with a 33.1.
The hallway's out on the
There we
softs
go.
as well, so very likely to improve.
Which would then mean he would be at a disadvantage heading into the race. About 2.5 minutes to go.
Wiki bum
Philip wants
time.
to improve. If Philip wants to improve, now's the time to do it. 33.4. There is not much in it. There's not much in it from third down to 15th. There's about 8/10. There's about 6-7 tenths separating them. That's how close it is.
Seeing a lot of people coming out on the softs. They've kind of got to with it so close. Anyone that can stay on those mediums though, they're going to be in a great position. Or hey, purple sector 2. He's on a fly.
Yeah, and yeah, everyone that's in danger of being eliminated, they're all out on a lap right now. Indeed, coming across the line now. What's his time going to be?
31.
32.3. And that puts Philip in danger.
Waddington's on his flying lap. He's right behind Philip Nielsen, that's also on his flying lap. Waddington's found traffic again.
That could
Purple sector 1.
That could prove to be advantageous for Waddington.
He's far too close through sector 2 though.
Got to be careful. Yes, it's good getting a tow from Nielsen here, but like you said, got to be careful.
Oh, nearly contact. He's purple sector 2 as well.
Jose Lopez is out. Delport's out. Owen Lewis doesn't improve. That's the second race in a row. He's not going to be part of the top 10 shootout. And Waddington does it. There you go. Philip Nielsen on mediums. 32.4. 32.0 for Waddington. What a lap. So McGregor, Lopez, Delport, Lewis and Murray all out. Just recap: Waddington, Simone, Nilsson, Patel, Bauer, Bowler, Barry, Polini, MacArthur and JBL. That's your top 10 for the shootout. McGregor, Lopez, Delport, Lewis and Murray. That is the bottom 5 for this part of qualifying. Now on to the top 10 shootout. Here we go. Top 10 shootout time. Who is going to get pole position? started. About half the drivers out on track right now. Bauer, Patel, Polini, Barry, Bowler and JBL, they are all out on track right now.
Yeah, soft runners really need to try and make sure they get to as far up in this top 10 as they can. Because if they put themselves on the softs and then they end up towards the back of this top 10, they're really going to be in trouble. So I would imagine every single car behind them outside the top 10 is going to be on mediums and hards and is going to be on a prime strategy.
Yeah, the prime strategy would be mediums to hards or hards to mediums, depending on where you are.
And I haven't seen the weather forecast, but based on how people have qualified it, I would say it's very likely to be a dry race. I think if it was going to be a wet race, we would have seen a lot more people going on to softs, unless it's maybe going to rain later in the race.
Indeed.
Although you never can trust the weather forecast in this game entirely. The TOTD race last night was forecast to begin raining a couple of laps before the end, but began raining about 7 laps in and rained for basically the entirety of the rest of the race.
Absolutely, definitely something we need to bear in mind. You just never know what the weather's going to be like. And there's a Hazelwood and Booker informing us that it's going to be dry but cloudy all race, so no threat of rain. Cross that bridge when we get to it. We'll see how it all plays out. Bauer coming across the line, 31.7. Bauer was on pole last time. Bauer was on the pole last time out in Bahrain. Barry, 31.6.
I expect you might see the pole lap be a tenth or two quicker than that. Whoa! That's 131 dead. It's absolutely smashed it.
We could see a sub 131 today. Patel over half a second faster than anybody else.
Very, very strong lap.
Jorge 31.8.
Philip Nilsson on a flying lap coming down the back straight.
There you go, he turns the ERS down for the hairpin. Knows how to use the ERS right on this track. 31.140. He's just a tenth shy of Patel.
Maybe I'll just come into the last corner now.
He's about half a second up. It's a big improvement, 32.3. Stays 8th at the moment.
I think that's it for now. I think everyone's coming in, ready for the final shootout.
Yeah, 6 minutes to go. Halfway through this shootout. As it stands, it's Patel. It's going to take his first pole position of his career.
Waddington on an outlap now, giving himself the maximum amount of space after some of his traffic problems throughout the rest of qualifying. Should have pretty much track to himself.
Nothing in front of him, nothing behind him. Yeah, definitely.
He looks like he's had a lot of pace though. His laps have been good even though he's been running into traffic.
JBL into the pits.
Double 6-1 for Waddington.
Waddington and MacArthur, the only drivers yet to set a lap
Double
time.
sector 2, Waddington. He's flying.
He's got a point to prove. Got a big point to prove here. Waddington comes across the line. 31.5 puts him third. And he'll have time to go for another lap. Actually, no, he won't because he'll be out of fuel. Patel on an outlap. Meanwhile, Nilsson, the only driver still in the pits. Get out of the way. Goes around the final corner now. What time's he going to pull out of the bag? 31.8. But here comes Patel. Nilsson's on an outlap as well now. Are we going to see a sub 131? Oh, and Patel spun it into the wall! Broken his front wing! That's the sort of mistake he really could have done without. And that's qualifying over for him. That is very unfortunate for Anil Patel.
Nancy Bauer getting a tow from Waddington there.
That could be advantageous. We saw Waddington pull it off with Nilsson in the tail end of the second part of qualifying.
P2.
Waddington comes into the pits. Bauer 29.129. He goes second. What a lap! He plays his cards right now. He'll be out of fuel as well. Bowler in the pits as well. So here we go. One last gasp to go for pole position. He's only got about a tenth or two to make up. Very smooth through the first two corners. And he's purple. Purple in sector 1 by 2/10. And this will be Philip's first pole if he plays his cards right. If he gets it, it will be his first pole since Japan.
JBL jumps up into 7th there.
He'll be very happy with that for his home race.
Pete leaps Waddington into 5th.
And Nilsson's still purple. Bauer comes across the line now. That's his qualifying over. $211 miles an hour he clocked in at. Is he going to do it? He's going to be the last car to cross the line. Philip Nilsson for his first pole since Japan DRS Open, and he's done it! 1:30.8.
Incredible.
Philip Nilsson on pole for the third time in his career and for the first time since Japan. Let's just recap the top 10. Philip Nilsson on pole. Hanil Patel, that'll be his best qualifying performance. Anthony Bauer in 3rd. Dean Barry 4th. Pete Polini 5th. Waddington 6th. JBL, he'll be very happy with that for his home race in 7th. Bowler 8th. Callum MacArthur 9th. And Jorge Simone rounding up the top 10. And now we've got a little extended build-up, because this is F1000. So here we go. It is F1000. 70 years of history in racing. 33 different world champions. Ferrari, the only constructor to be part of every season since 1950. 32 countries have hosted a Grand Prix race through 71 different tracks. Vietnam this season will make it 33 countries with 73 tracks. The first constructors champions were Van Wall back in 1958 with the team lineup of Sterling Moss and Tony Brooks, but it was Mike Hawthorne that won the championship for the Drivers' Championship that season. Ferrari are the most successful team in Formula One history with 16 constructors titles, but they haven't won it since 2008. Michael Schumacher, most successful driver of all time. Records speak for themselves. 7 world titles. The UK is the most successful country in Formula One history with 33 constructors titles from 10 different teams. The most being McWilliams with 9. And they've got 19 drivers titles with 10 different drivers. The most, of course, the legendary Lewis Hamilton with 6. Jack Brabham, the only driver to win the Drivers' and Constructors' Championship with his own team, Brabham, back in 1966. The British and Italian Grand Prix are the only two Grand Prix on the calendar that have been part of F1 since its inception in 1950. Italy has the most Grand Prix of any country on the calendar, with a massive 97 on record, and Monza has hosted the most Grand Prix of any circuit, past or present, with 69. Why isn't it 70? Because San Marino hosted the Italian Grand Prix in 1980. But now on to China. The first race held in 2004 at this circuit, which was won by Rubens Barrichello from pole position. You take this lap at full throttle for 59% of the lap, and the race, and 72% of the race distance at full throttle. 3.38 miles, 2 DRS zones, and 16 corners to negotiate. Some of the action zones to look out for. It's a hat trick for Vettel today. Turn 1 in 2016 against Raikkonen. Turn 6 against Ricciardo. A bit too close for comfort in 2017 at turn 6. And turn 14 spinning with Vettel. Verstappen resulting in a penalty. 3 tyre compounds. It's the middle 3 of the Pirelli range. The C4, the C3 and the C2. You're looking at roughly... You're looking at roughly 21. Not sure what the pit stop times are like around here, but nevertheless, here is the starting grid for F1000. Philip Nilsson on pole position for the first time since Japan. Hanil Patel alongside him on the front row. Then you've got Anthony Bauer, one of the championship contenders, in third. Dean Barry, great performance from him in fourth. Pete Polini in fifth. Anthony Waddington, defending champion. He'll be a bit of a disadvantage on the softs, but JBL, his homecoming race, in seventh. He'll be very happy with that. Arthur Bowler in eighth. Callum MacArthur in ninth. Jorge rounding up the top 10. Then you've got Tom McGregor and Lopez on row 6. Lopez electing to start on the hard tyres. Then you've got Ivan and last year's championship runner-up Owen Lewis in 14th. Willem Murray 15th, Pushkar alongside him. On the penultimate row, you've got Michael Booker in the Renault, Ryan Forey in the Haas. And on the back row, you've got Ben Hazelwood and rookie John Aldrich at the back. So everyone outside the top 10 electing not to start on the softs. Lopez the only one on the hards. You've got Jorge, MacArthur, Bowler and Waddington all on softs. Everyone else is on mediums. Lopez first to ready up. Everyone else following suit. Are we ready for F1000, folks? I know I am. So you're looking at roughly 22 to 23 seconds to make a pit stop round this track. And here come the lights for F1000, and when they go out, it will be race time in China! Big trouble in Little China already for Tom McGregor. He's had a very poor start. Philip Nilsson, and look at the start Bauer got. He's already into the lead. And it looks like there's carnage at turn 1, and it's JBL! JBL and Pete Polini involved in first corner drama, and that's one of the Williams. It's Callum MacArthur. And Polini almost finished. Willem Murray's had a poor start as well. My goodness me. But being a little further up front of it. Whoa! What was that all about? I mean, Pete Polini just torpedoed, and Aldrich dropping down the order. Callum MacArthur's had a horrific start. So has Polini and JBL. But one of the biggest, some of the big winners off the start, Owen Lewis and Ryan Forey, they had a great start. Bauer and Bauer's, something's happened to Bauer. Oh my word, he's gone from first.
I think he came together with Philip Nielsen.
He's gone from first down to sixth. That's a horrific start.
Waddington up into second.
He really could have done without. But Waddington graced a heavy yellow flag to take to 3, and it's Callum MacArthur. What on earth happened there? No safety car at the moment. So the order at the end of lap 1, Barry leads, Waddington second, Bowler third, Nilsson fourth, Simone fifth, Bauer sixth, Lewis seventh, Patel eighth, McGregor ninth, and Lopez rounding up the top 10. Patel had an awful start as well. JBL starting to carve his way through the field. We could be in for a recovery drive here. This is the sort of thing he really could have done without for his home race. I'll say Owen Lewis 7 places off the start. I mean, Anthony Bauer, he had a massive start. Where did he get that sort of traction from? Just like last week, no first lap pit stops.
I'm surprised by that. There was a great deal of contact.
Yeah, that is very true. But at the end of the day, second race in a row where we've had no first lap pit stops. But there'll definitely be a few incidents to look back on after this race. With no yellow flags to take the 3 again. That's one of the Mercedes. It's Aldrich. Went wide on that corner. Here we go, lap 3, DRS enabled. Owen Lewis, he just got past Jorge for 6th place. He'll be very happy with that.
Pushkar and Ben Hazelwood contact.
And both Aldrich and MacArthur in the pits. Aldrich a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Front wing change for Aldrich. Is it going to be a front wing change for MacArthur? No, it isn't. Onto the hards. Both going onto the hards. That'll be for the... That should see them through to the end of the race. Yellow flags in sector 1. I think that was just for MacArthur going wide.
Ivan all over the back of Caesar in his hards.
Battle for the last points paying position. 3-car train. Yellow flag to sector 3, and that's Willem Mare. Willem Mare's had an incident. What on earth happened there? I think with how slow Willem's going. He decided he had enough. He just drove it straight into the wall. That is not going to go down well with the admin team. And there's a virtual safety car as well.
Stewards are not going to look on that one.
Yeah,
very positively.
I mean, you cannot excuse behavior like that.
Let's focus on the racing, but the safety car's going to mix it up a bit.
Yeah, talking of which, Aldrich drive-through penalty for speeding under the virtual safety car.
And Meet Dean, just like last night in the TOTD race, is finding himself leading a pack on the safety car. Luckily, just a virtual safety car. We are racing again.
Yeah, back underway. The car has been cleared. And Aldrich coming through to serve his drive-through penalty. It's going to be almost a lap down at this point.
The potential for another safety car is really high though, so might as well keep going, anything can happen.
Indeed. Philip Nilsson is up into third. Right on the back of Waddington. Waddington going to be at a big disadvantage with the soft tyres. Just out of DRS range for Dean Barry. Philip Nilsson. He's going to get past without much difficulty into second place just like that. Tom McGregor's dropping down the order. What on earth has happened to him? What on earth happened there? Michael
All contacts with Ben.
Pits.
You must have some wing damage. It's very early to be coming off them hards.
Nothing. I'll say Booker in the pits. Yeah, it is a front wing change going on to the mediums.
Been a very scrappy kind of race so far.
Well, it looks like in a way we're definitely getting a repeat of last week where it's just action-packed from start to finish. Is Nilsson going to get within DRS range of Barry? Don't think he's going to get it on this occasion.
The soft runners are going to really start feeling those tyres go off now. Jorge really struggling on those soft tyres. It does not take long at all.
Absolutely, especially with 50% race distance. That's definitely going to be interesting to see how that plays out.
But expect the soft runners to pit in about 2 laps time.
As we say that Waddington in the pits.
Yeah, his softs must be done. Interesting to see if he goes for the hards. Try to stretch it out. I think that's a long time to stretch the hards out. No, his mediums. He's 2-stopping.
Yeah, that's definitely... I think that's his optimal strategy here. But Lopez doing well on the hards, keeping 10th at the moment.
There's a huge battle at the moment going on from 8th all the way down to 15th. Ben Hazelwood is in the wall.
Hazelwood, oh my word!
Cesar Lopez still going well on the hards here. He's in a pretty good position considering he started on those hard tyres. Whoa, Caesar's gone round.
Oh dear. McLaren's... Ivan managed to get him, but still side by side. And McGregor was right into the back of Lopez.
Pete Pellini's getting involved.
Pellini wants a piece of the action. DRS wide open. He almost goes into the back of him. The Lopez.
Contact from behind.
Oh, there's contact. And I was seeing in the build-up, that's one of the action zones to look out for. Bowler and Jorge into the pits now. Bowler and Jorge going onto the hard tyres. You could see them to the end of the race.
Brings down Neka Pushka.
Six cars battling for 7th place. All within DRS range of each other. How's about that?
I think we might be seeing a battle for first. Philip Nilsson really
Philip
bringing it
Nilsson,
deep now.
he got a great run out of that. He got a great run onto the back straight. Can he take full advantage?
We've got a back marker in the way. Oh.
Oh, he had to take avoiding action, but he gets through. Is he going to keep the place? He does. Oh, he almost spins.
The
Barry
back marker
takes full
took him out.
advantage.
Stewards are going to be very busy after this race.
Back marker definitely shouldn't have been in the way. Waddington fastest lap of the race so far, 35.6. Yellow flags in sectors 1 and 2, and that's one of the Mercedes. It's Aldrich. He's got front wing damage.
Needs to rejoin
lot of
carefully.
it.
There's a huge queue of cars.
There he goes. He's got clear air now.
He's really struggling with that car.
Yeah, definitely going to need to come back in.
He's only got half a front wing.
Yeah, the left-hand side completely ruined. Philip Nilsson going to try and have another crack. Will he make it stick this time?
Oh.
He does want to do. Oh my word! Oh my word!
Oh, phew. How did they not make contact?
He is very lucky on that one. And oh, Hazelwood had another off. No, it's Aldrich again.
We got another yellow flag.
That's in sector 2 this time. My goodness me.
Never a dull moment in X1.
Absolutely.
He's Lopez all over the back of Pete Bellini.
Waddington trying to Waddington having a battle with JBL. And again, 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. If he racks up any more of those penalties, he could end up being disqualified from the race altogether.
Waddington doesn't look very happy with him. I didn't catch what happened there, but Waddington does not look happy. Ooh.
Aldridge going on to the softs. A bit early to be going for the fastest lap outside the top 10. He's a full lap behind everybody else.
Waddington's cleared JBL.
Back into the last point, paying position.
He's Lopez. Haven't looked down the inside of. Oh, nearly
And
contact.
Oof. Polini shuts the door on him. Back at the front, Nilsson's managed to make up all the time he lost with
Here we go again.
with Barry. Seconds out, round 2.
I think it may even be round 3 at this point.
Oh yeah, round 1 would have been with the back marker. Round 2 was when Nilsson went onto the grass.
The long dive deep into the corner, yeah. Indeed, round 3. It's quite far back though. I don't think we're going to see it this lap unless it's a crazy lunge.
Yeah, he'd have to be crazy to pull up a Daniel Kvyat at this point. Thinks better of it, quite rightly so.
Two McLaren swapping positions.
Nilsson's
He's
got a
very
good
close
run
coming
out of the
into
last
turn
corner.
one. Oh, he's done the dummy.
Oh, he saw the dummy, goes round the
contact.
outside and he makes it. Oh, there's contact and Dean spins. Oh, dearie me. Luckily, Dean didn't sustain any damage, but oh my word. JBL into the pits. As with McGregor, 10 laps on those mediums. Quite early to be coming in on medium. JBL going on to hards. Sure. I mean, surely that's definitely going to be an incident that's going to be looked at after the race.
Definitely controversial.
Yeah, but fair play to Nilsson for doing a dummy. But that was very adventurous to try and go around the outside.
Yeah, it's a very big corner to go around the outside on. A very long way around.
Yeah, but then you've got the advantage of having the inside line of turn 2. You play your cards right. Well, you're going to have DRS on Lopez. Closed in, and he's got Wannington behind him. And Polini comes into the pits. Promotes Waddington. But I think with the pace that Waddington's been showing, this might prove to be an absolute masterstroke for him, but of course, starting on softs onto mediums, he'll probably go back onto softs for the end of the race. Polini taking a long time to get away from this pit box there. Meanwhile, we've got a battle here for the last points paying position, Bowler and Delport. Nilsson in the pits, Bauer in the pits, Lewis in the pits, all going on to hards. And that means Patel is in the lead. Will Waddington get past all three? Yes, he will, without much difficulty. Puts him into 5th.
He's going to have to pit again though.
Yeah, because I doubt he's going to be able to get those mediums to the end of the race. Unless he's very careful with his time management.
Oh, off a bowler.
Bowler's gone. Ball's gone on the main. No, he's retired in the pit lane. Retired. He went into the pits and retired from the race. It's been a race to forget for him. He had a great qualifying. He got into the top 10. Started 8th, and then it was just downhill from there. Waddington, meanwhile. Oh, Lopez has got technical issues. The boss has technical issues. That's the sort of thing he really could do without. But Waddington takes full advantage regardless, up into 4th as Hanil Patel comes into the pits. As does Rian Fori. Which means Dean Barry is back in the lead of the race. And Waddington is into 2nd. Lopez is back. Managed to fix the technical gremlins. It's not the first time we've had those technical gremlins this season. We're at half distance already. Waddington trying to break the slipstream of Philip Nilsson. Nilsson's got DRS on him.
Dean Barry into the pits.
And that
Philip
puts
Nilsson got a
Waddington
massive
into the
run on
lead
it.
for now.
Going side by side around corner 1.
Nilsson a lot better with his spatial awareness.
Ooh.
And Waddington keeps the lead. And, as we've just had Scott Larvin give his input on the Mercedes livery tees earlier today, saying it could be a nod, saying the red could be a nod to Niki Lauda, potentially a red star in the livery, or even a red halo, which would be interesting.
That would make sense. Philip Nilsson all over the back of Waddington still. You're going to get a good exit. Waddington weaving very excessively.
You're only allowed to make one. You're only allowed to make one of those sort of maneuvers. Can Philip Nilsson punish him for that? Into the hairpin. Waddington almost forces him off the track.
Nilsson's got a good run on him again.
And this time he makes the move stick.
Bush guys were on the back of JBL. Oh, sorry.
If Waddington was to pit now, he'd be lucky if he stays in the top 10.
Yeah, it's gonna be right down by Caesar and Pete Polini.
Yeah, and John Aldrich back into the pits, 6 laps on those softs. I would imagine he'll go for some mediums, or 7 laps even. I would imagine he'll go for some mediums to the end of the race, if he has any spare. Indeed he does, he does have a fresh set of boots.
Dean Barry on Jorge.
And Philip Nilsson, look at that! 35.4, fastest lap of the race so far. Michael Booker into the pits. Waddington comes into the pits. I would imagine it will be for another set of mediums.
Yeah, almost certainly.
Indeed it is. Here comes that train we were just talking about. There goes Forey. There goes Barry. Jorge. Lopez.
Yeah, just in front of Pete Pellini.
Yeah, Pellini's Pellini's about 6 seconds down the road from him.
My maths is treating me well on this Sunday, so.
And don't forget, folks, this is the start of our Extreme Racing League coverage this evening. We've got X3 following at 7, and then at 8, I'm back on commentary to close out this evening's coverage with the X2 race. I mean, Owen Lewis, look at that. He's up into 3rd. A great recovery drive from him.
Fantastic. Rian Forey as well. Really brought himself up on the grid.
Indeed. From 18th to 5th, and then Lewis from 14th to 3rd.
Gonna be
Callum
very
MacArthur,
happy with
that's
that.
the first time. Callum MacArthur, first time we've seen that sort of penalty cross the white line at the pit exit. First time we've seen that penalty be applied.
He's having a evening to forget.
Indeed, as will I'll say the Mercedes team in general. As it stands, they're not going to get any points at all.
No, it would take some kind of miracle from this, for Mercedes to get any points. We have a yellow flag.
Sector 3, it was just for somebody going wide. Lopez has the fastest lap of the race so far with a 35.413. A few hundredths faster than Nilsson. While the fastest lap outside the top 10 is JBL with a 36.5. Tail still on the back of Owen Lewis.
Is he going to be close enough?
Should be. He thinks better of it.
He might be happy with the pace. He might be happy for Owen Lewis just to push on. Jorge's just lost 2 positions at once there on that DRS track.
Because Lopez and Waddington, they're having a battle of their own. Almost contact between the two. Waddington's going to have DRS on Lopez. Tried the outside of turn 1. He's going to have the inside line.
Jesus backing out. Oh no, he's not giving it up.
Not going to give up without a fight.
Oh, brilliant driving.
Still side by side. Surely that'll be it.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, it is.
That was the entire first sector, side by side.
And that puts Waddington up into 7th now. And he's on the faster tyre as well.
Side by side again.
Still battling over 7th place. Waddington, Lopez is ahead this time, but Waddington's got DRS.
They enjoyed it so much last lap, they thought they'd do it again.
So nice they did it twice.
This looks like it's going to be a lot more straightforward.
Back into 7th goes Waddington. But the more these two squabble over 7th place, the more distance that gets put between them and 6th place, which is Dean Barry, who's about 4.5 seconds down the road. Patel still can't get past Owen Lewis, meanwhile. On the subject of Dean Barry, is right on the back of Rian Fori for 5th place. Patel right on the back of Owen Lewis for 3rd place. Tries a lunge into turn 1. Thinks better of it.
The 3rd lap in a row, Caesar's got around Waddington at the hairpin. They've swapped back over again.
But this time Waddington not quite close enough to make any...
Oh, coming from a long way back.
Spoke too soon! That was brave from Waddington, and he makes it stick again! Goodness me. Oh, yellow flag from sector 3. Not sure who for though, but it's just somebody going wide, I would imagine. Patel is a long way back from Lewis. Fourth time's the charm, not on this occasion for Lopez. Still behind Waddington after that hairpin this time around. About 5 laps to go.
Dean Barry's got
Barry
passes
getting
around for him.
He got past without much difficulty.
They're utilising the DRS.
And Lopez is out of spin. Manages to keep it out of the wall, but that's put a lot of distance between him and Waddington. Now Waddington can start focusing on bearing down on Forey.
Battlemarker holding up Jorge quite significantly.
And that was that's Aldrich. 5-second penalty for ignoring blue flags.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
Michael
He's
Booker.
backed him right up into Pete Bellini.
Michael Booker, fastest lap of the race. 35.0. Polini gets past without difficulty.
Jorge's not going to be very happy with that. Have one for the stewards.
Yeah, so yeah, we've got a couple of laps to go. Thoughts on driver of the day?
I can't really look past Owen Lewis here. I think he's had a fantastic drive. Yeah, I would definitely say Owen Lewis. He's come from a long way back. I think he'd be very happy with his podium. Very hard fought.
Yeah, I would definitely agree with you on that one, Anthony Bauer. Owen Lewis, definitely driver of the day for me. A second race in a row, poor qualifying, but he's managed to pull it together.
He's kept himself out of trouble. Just allowed him to just race his own race. He knows he has pace, but you just got to try and avoid those incidents.
Absolutely, and Anthony Bauer encountering technical issues. We could very well see Owen Lewis into second place here. 3 laps to go, 2 seconds a lap. It's doable. I mean, the gap between Bauer and Lewis, it is just tumbling.
Yeah, Bauer going very slowly.
Yeah, like I say, he's encountered technical issues. Gap's down to 4 seconds. Patel right on the back of Lewis, though. Bauer might not even be on the podium.
It's not looking good.
3.4. Oh, and Bauer's back in. Bauer's back in. We're on to the penultimate lap. We're in for a three-way scrap for the 2 remaining podium positions. Grandstand finish time. Gap down to 1.2 between Bauer and Lewis.
Bauer's
There he is.
still got technical issues. It's not speeding up.
He may very well lose the podium altogether here. It's unlikely Dean Barry's going to catch him at this point, but you never know. JBL going on to the soft. He's going to go for the fastest lap. I'm going to say it's Michael Booker that's got the fastest lap of the race. 35.028. There we go. And there we go. Bauer down to 3rd.
I think we're in for a roller coaster last lap here.
Yeah, like I say, grandstand finish time. Oh, and it's yellow flags in sector 3, and it's for it's Aldrich again. And, no,
contact.
Bauer almost make. Oh, he's lucky he didn't take any damage there. That's our first on-track penalty of the day. 3-second time penalty for Ben Hazelwood. That's our first track penalty. That's our first track infringement penalty of the day, interestingly.
Bauer's made contact. He's around.
And he spins! He's lost it! Well, that's Bauer off the podium. But it's not over yet. Owen Lewis and Hanil Patel are going to be battling over that last podium position. Well, 2nd and 3rd. But Philip Nilsson comes round the final corner. It's his 3rd win of his career, 1st of the season, 1st since Japan. He wins the Chinese Grand Prix. Can Lewis hold Patel back? See what the penalties
takes
are
first.
like. And Patel! Patel into second. And Bauer still gets onto the podium. Wait a minute. What on earth?
How many
Philip
penalties
Nilsson
does he have?
apparently a lap down. What on earth happened there? Philip Nilsson's plummeting down the order apparently. So it's Owen Lewis that's actually the winner. That is very confusing.
Well, there might be a technical issue.
But Philip Nilsson was the first to cross the line. Unless for some reason he ended up with an absolute truck ton of penalties. Philip Nilsson showing up as 14th. I say that is really bizarre. Owen Lewis is the one that's on the top step, but it was Philip Nilsson that took the checkered flag first. Anil Patel second and Bauer third. We've never seen that happen before.
That's the first for me as well. According to the race director, Philip Nilsson did not have a single penalty.
Well, that's a turn up for the books. But we'll try and sort this out. And there we go. That's it. I was like, but anyway, I'm gonna go get myself ready for the X3 race now.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Thanks, and I'll be back on commentary later this evening, folks, for the X2 race. Until then, bye-bye for now.